All right, awesome. Welcome everybody. Thank you to Who's Naked up in here. It's another amazing Wednesday, so it's dope to see everybody. Again, I love to see y'all loving on each other. I know y'all were already greeting and hugging on one another. I think that's so important, that we do any of that before we even jump into the open mic and start performing. That we embrace each other. That's what the Zoom means to me. It's a room for love, so we can come in and treat each other like family. It's more personal to me than Instagram can ever be. So I hope y'all enjoy the space. I thank y'all for joining me once again, joining us once again. And we're gonna get into some poetry. For those who are new in this space, the way we conduct the room is if you would like to perform, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. And if you click on the reaction button, you can raise your hand. All hands that are raised will be acknowledged. At this time, we have enough space in the room that allow everybody to recite two poems and still have good time. If the room tends to fill up, then I'll scale back and start doing one poem apiece to make sure everybody's heard. But as of now, all of you who are here should be safe, utilizing the space and sharing two pieces if it's in your heart. All right. Um, we got some things going on in our community that's been creating a lot of imbalance. Um, you know, we'll blame it on um, life. Life is happening. This is a serious time. We're losing a lot of people, and we're losing each other in a lot of ways. So we have to hold on and find that love and that respect and make sure that we're paying it forward because it's important to know that you are loved. Um, we'll just send out a silent prayer at this moment and pray that our poetry family is doing well and pushing through their transgressions. I'm gonna open up with this piece. For all of you who are new in the space, I normally like to open up to let everybody know it's a safe place to share. We're not looking for perfection; we're looking for purity. So we just want you to be whoever you are, and you don't have to put no mask on in this room. You don't have to become no superhero or supervillain. Just be yourself, and you will be loved and embraced. I think that's the key. So, with the energy that's been floating amongst us lately, I think it's only fitting that I share this piece. Can you all hear me well? All right, I'm going to read this piece, and it's entitled Off the Hook. I do ask that everyone keeps their mics muted up until the poem is finished. After the poem, you're allowed to unmute yourself and give homage to the poem or the poet, whichever you see fit. This piece is entitled Off the Hook. Bearing emotion as a man is weak. Kings only cry at the feet of gods. But lately it seems God took some time off from work, at least his hands on me. Either that or he just don't want to talk to me right now. Maybe his conversation way over my crown. Been a while since I've been head in a cloud, telephoned in God's chakra. Makes sense lately. I call, I can't get him. My yerb too short. My ooh too long. Took too long. Consistently with all of too late to catch up with. Must be preoccupied. Too busy for me now. Ain't like world crisis has given him a break. But I really need to hear something from him soon. Been feeling lightheaded, holding my breath. The devil got his knee at the Floyd of my neck. I can't catch enough over my own, can't breathe, can't muster the strength to cry out to the heavens for mercy. I ain't giving in to make of an exit, but my chest been longing for a sigh of relief, an exhale worthy enough to say that it was. And the wind's still cold, much like his silence. Lately, I feel he's just giving me the shoulder, passed over like I passed on. Am I really that quiet? My reaching out to him, my call for help, left to answering machine. Did he hear the ring, the vibration in his pocket? Have I pestered too much to call back this time? I have been kneeling more and more these days, scarred by the rocks, taken in by the sea. The tide has drawn back the sands from my bend. The wider my eyes open, the more dirt gets in. So I close, I trust in it. The water's rough on me, challenging my faith, but I'm still kneeling, still surrendering me to be better for them. I'm hearing, choose you, love yourself, you come first. Selfish seeds planting in the soils of my pain, cold like outside the bear of my hug, pushing me to current my situation. I'm stalking him like an ex with regrets, like music playing everything you wish you could say. I keep dialing up, seems his phone's off the hook. If I don't get through to him today, if I get through today, I guess I'll just try again tomorrow. Um, so hopefully that's a piece of encouragement, Um, your answers, your calls not always answered when you make them, but it doesn't mean that it won't be. Your prayers may not be responsive as soon and as quick as you'd like to receive them, but it doesn't mean they won't come. Um, doesn't mean that the change or the healing that you are seeking isn't on the way. So we got to keep faith. We got to push on, knowing that today's today, and let's make it through to tomorrow. So I hopefully that helps somebody.
Yes. Wow. Powerful piece. Thank you.
Deeply powerful as always. It's me, Oshun. Sorry, my video's off. Multitasking, and the other person don't want to be on the video, so I'm gonna respect her, my daughter. I'm gonna respect her, my daughter. But anywho, with beautiful, and just a reminder, like you said, to have that patience during the time of struggles and hardships and death. Have that patience and have that understanding of that cycle, and give yourself that grace in that time to grieve or do what you need to do to balance yourself back into the best person or individual that you can be mentally, mindfully, soulfully, and spiritually. So one love. I thank you for that, Wiz. I take that.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that feedback.
I just love the way you always weave some positivity into everything, even if it's sad and questioning. And I know without question that when you put love and positivity and good things out into the world, that good things will come back to you. I know this to be true. And so I think we all just have to keep on heading in that direction. Just keep putting it out there, the love, and it will come back.
Indeed. Bless your heart. Indeed. We have to keep our hearts open because, it's not just about you. What you do always affects someone. Um, Somebody's always watching, even when you don't see them, so we got to be mindful that um, we are guiding someone, even whether they acknowledge it or not. That's our duty as a human being. There's somebody that you are guiding, and you can either help them heal or you can help them surrender. So again, I appreciate the feedback from you all. Um, I'm gonna read this next piece in honor of our ancestors. It's called "We Ride on the Backs of Elephants." They bore it all before us, towed the weight, carried us before our feet could, walked the miles so that we wouldn't have to. And here we stand, still knee-high to them, still walking, stepping alongside their footprints, our elephants who never forgot why they came, why they marched across a nation in the first place, a nation of tents now, made circus play of, after life offering tested tensity to break those chains. All they stood for, and we still bow-legged, pigeon-toed at the crossing paths of each other, damn near a smudge on a lens in this land. Knock-kneed weak in our b-boy stance. We still haven't learned to walk, how to jog our memory, how to run without engine. So we keep them harnessed like dangling keychains overlapping the pocket. And when it rains, we ride on the backs of elephants, quicksanding in their footprints, trying to uncover what they have missed. Yet we miss and continue to step over when the sky blacks with arrows aimed at our heads. We've turned around again, took the other path, hoping the elephant thick of our skin withstand the bullwhip when lashed out at us at any bridge or bend. But all they see is our belligerent, our refusal, our war elephant crossing over the Alps again, challenging their borders, threatening their scale hold, the eye peeking from under the blindfold on justice, the boulders from the mountain that have crushed our elephant all along the travel. And we still stepping, standing in place, in alignment with their graves, waiting a reincarnation.
Well, I was going to wait to speak. It's me again while I can take my moment to speak. Again, with the dichotomy of everything, your description, your imagery, the journey. I just got to show y'all one thing real quick. For that, I don't know if I can turn my camera around, but however, if you can see the elephant, and if you can look in that elephant's eye, and if you can remember the journey in his poem and the words that he said, just remember to bow to the elephant and be grateful for the grace and the paths that the elephants have created for us. So thank you, Wit.
Thank you, Queen. Powerful. And that's a beautiful painting you have on your wall.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
thrift store, $5.
It's not about what was spent, it's about what was received. I think some of the most powerful things that are necessary to us in life are less in value or disinvalued by cost. And I think that's why we turn away from them. We've been blindfolded to what's valuable to us by the pricing that they put on the tag. I love the message that come with elephants. And I hope you all got something from that piece. Jim Love in the building. Good to see you, man. I just recognized you on the screen. It's good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, Wits. Good to be here tonight.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. If you have any more love and support you guys want to share, by all means, put it in the chat. We'll keep on. Did you want to say something, Whisper? I see you unmuted yourself.
Your elephant story or poem just reminded me of something that a friend shared with me. If I could tell it really briefly, it's so powerful. A friend went to Africa and they were on safari, and this one morning at dawn they were awakened. There was a herd of elephants that were traveling across the horizon with the rising sun behind them, and they were, you know how the babies will twirl their trunks around the mother's tail, and they could hear them making, you know, like a little trumpeting noises as they walked, and they got to watch them walk across the horizon and hear the noise and see them. And the way she described it, it was just, I could see it in my mind, and it must have been the most incredible sight. And just your poem reminded me of that. And it's not even my memory, it's still beautiful.
It definitely is, and I can see that that journey. Life is amazing, period. Every life form that go from plant life to insects to animals to human, you know, there's a respect that I have for life. You know, just don't bite on me, because if you look like you're trying to kill me, then I gotta kill you first. So that's the only thing that I have against life is, you know, is self-preservation. If you attack me, then I have to defend myself. But I love to see insects. I love to see animals. Though I know you can't always coexist in the same space at the same time. But elephants are beautiful. They're some of the humblest of mammals. You know, so yeah. So, all right. With that love, I appreciate it. And again, if anybody else got anything that you want to add, it's cool. You can put it in the chat and it will be received. As I start to get into the open mics, let's open our hearts, our mics, and show some love to our brother, the first poet on deck, Mr. Nemo Soon. What's up, bro?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And what a beautiful way to start, Mr. Witz. I have been hurting. Just my son's going to college in the fall, which is a month from now, and everything's going the way it should, but I guess it's just transitions hurt. So I wanted to, rather than read tough stuff, I wanted to read something else tonight. So I'm going to read a piece that's long for me. So here we go. This is a reply to Lewis Carroll, Maurice Sendak, Dr. Seuss, and Shel Silverstein, whose works inspired me to imagine. Oboe, rowboat, potato salad sandwich. tomato, banana, hamster in a cabbage, big fella, rubella, rabbi and a hand bike, firecracker, walrus tracker, chocolate-covered espresso beans. Schnickel Fritz, penguin lips, angry newts withhold their answer. Samurai, pumpkin pie, are those monkeys in the sky? Edward Teach, rapid peach, your dinner guests were not invited. Snaggletooth, supple sleuth, noodle, kangaroo. You see, cheese doodle, standard poodle, crackers in a slow pitch. Crocodile domicile, mud huts by an old hutch. Wacky tobacco, where are the good lackeys? No one is inside my shoe. Submarine, guillotine, whatever will I do? Bubblegum on my thumb, this is a pleasant Tuesday. Ukulele, private navy, skipping on a sidewalk. Understanding, bumpy landing, being upside down. Railroad, data node, information superhighway. You see, you have to understand. Donut hole, casserole, khaki slacks, and rubber sneakers. Garbanzo beans, giant screens, grandpa's inside out. Figgy pudding, where are you heading? I'll be over here. Velociraptor, car adapter, disestablishmentarianism. Petrol pump, heffalump, there's spiders in the dandelions. Silly strumpet, lumpy crumpet, angry, tepid trees. Public beaker, half-filled beaker, your answers under there. Call me crazy, pluck my daisy, salt this underwear. What I'm trying to say is broken rhino, green albino, you'll need to put the nozzle down. Unrelenting bugs inventing will forage on our knees. Studebaker, taffy maker, soft like kittens' mittens. Coriander, new belt sander, howl like a lizard wizard. Dark matters, love scatters hearts in dervish twirls. Music box, money talks, I have your husband in my pants. Leaf litter, death critter, bring your longships up the shore. Surfboard, marked and scored, falling sadly in the winds. You'll have to forgive me for saying waxy bloom, silver moon, wobbly little elf. Single slice, good advice, dappled summer shadow. Dean of students, home improvements, consubstantiality. Pork and biscuits, you can kiss it, queen of hospitality. Creme de menthe, succulent, apple dumpling gang. Squeaky hinge, crooked fringe, big, bombastic bang. Snicker snack, lumberjack, lightning in the pie. Raven fingers, kinda lingers. Where did my manners go? This may come as a surprise, but aspirations, penetration, there's holes inside your cargo pants. Zombie brain goes, jalapenos, discombobulation. Hovercraft, Howard Taft, the thick are taking over. Underscore, umbrella store. There's something in the stroller. Tonic water, toxic blotter. Whose ink is in this squid? Lily pad, Galahad, who ate the katydid? Cicada killer, errant miller, no vorpal blade will help you now. The slivy toves have gone out grabe, and so returns the Jabberwock. Thank you for letting me share that tonight.
Thank you for sharing. Y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet. Nemo,
You
I
did.
jotted down a few lines that really resonated with me, that I felt was powerful. I'll just say them real quick. No one is inside my shoe. And I think that line was just so powerful because can nobody walk in your shoes? You know, no matter if they try them on or not, you know, a lot of times that's generational thing where as children we try to either be or outdo our parents. But we can never walk their walk because our journeys are always different. Our time is our time, you know, and the energy is another thing that's different, no matter how deep that connection is. You also said information superhighway, which is basically the sum up of this whole piece. There's so much in there to chisel from, that you don't take it all in one spoon. You take a piece of it and you dissect that piece, and then you find another piece and you dissect that one as well. Um, put the nozzle down. That gave me a impression of firearms and how blind we are to the usage, and how equipped a lot of people who carry them are to use them. And in that process, there's always someone that gets hurt that may not even be the target, you know, let alone the fact that if you do end up getting your target, killing someone, you're not just killing off them, you're affecting others, killing off someone else's world. The last thing I wrote was kind of funny. I have your husband in my pants, and I took that as a form of masculinity, as to just speaking with a female. It can be disrespectful, but then again, it can be intimate if you're talking to the right person at the right time and letting them know that how you feel about them. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Let somebody else share.
You did it.
Um,
Yay! It was awesome. So awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Witz, for that feedback. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Well,
I
So
really appreciate that.
you always share like these beautifully sad pieces, and this is, I think, the first time I've ever really heard you fully do whimsy, and you do whimsy amazingly well. So like,
It's
kudos.
what I grew up with, I mean, that's what I read. I had those picture books. So
But what's really cool about that poem, and I'm going to go to what Mr. Witt said too about my husband, their husband is in my pants. Like, this poem portrayed every aspect of life. You portrayed a dad, you portrayed a husband, you portrayed a friend, you portrayed, general life, and just it kind of ran the gamut in this beautifully whimsical, non-susical kind of way. It was pretty fantastic. I'm glad you read that.
thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Nemo, sir. I would love to say that I love how you integrated. First of all, everyone else's comment took away from my whole comment that I was going to spiel. So this is the ending of it. I love
That
how you
happens to me all the
integrated.
time. Sorry,
I,
go ahead.
no worries, no worries. One love. I love how you integrated our social injustices that's going around with our global governments, and you integrated it within your poems. And then you also, dang it, it was something else that I wanted to touch on. But again, the imagery, you before you said your poetry, um, I think you recited a few. You said you was comparing it to Dr. Seuss or something. I'm sorry, I was multitasking and was in and
No,
out.
it's
But I
okay.
do.
It's a tribute to Dr. Seuss and Marie Sendak and Lewis Carroll,
Absolutely,
and Shel Silverstein. Those were my
absolutely,
favorites. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So I one love to you. This was an awesome piece, as all of your pieces since I've joined.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, might I say a word, sir?
Sure.
I just wanted to say the only reason I learned to read and write because I wanted to write like Dr. Seuss. I wanted to be able to write something nobody else could ever write or ever say or ever hear. And if they heard it, they would never hear anything else different, or they would only hear that every time they heard something. And that was one of those kind of pieces. Because that's, to me, that was every green eggs and ham and the cat in the hat and Seuss Snoo and, one fish, two fish. There was all that all in one thing. Although an abridged adult version, but I think it was dope, man.
Thank you, AJ. I feel like I quickly run out of words when people give me positive feedback. But thank you. So I really do appreciate
But
it.
Nemo, one thing, look behind me, and this was my background before you see what's behind me up there.
Right. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today you are you.
Yeah.
That's
That is
the
true.
From the Happy Birthday to You book, right?
yeah.
Is it, or is it because I see the Cat in the Hat back there?
But it was a note. It was a note that he wrote. I went to in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They have the Dr. Seuss store. They have big, giant frame pieces of his original art and work with his signature and writings all over it. I'm just trying to get enough money so I can go back to Minnesota. I just want to fly to Minneapolis and get me a couple of pieces of Dr. Seuss art and to hang on my wall. Pay full price, big, giant, 28 by 37s. I'm saying just big pictures that are framed and beautiful. I'm like, man, I just need that. And he was one of the most prejudiced people in the world. That's why they just retired with 7 of his books that they felt like that they couldn't keep on the market in this day and time.
Wow. Stuff that you uncover, as time goes by, Yeah. But dope, man. I appreciate you all giving that feedback. Again, I love it. Kim B. Miller in the building. Good to see you, Queen. Please keep the energy going. Let's keep loving on each other. It's not always easy to open up your heart and your mic and your mouth to share these pieces. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's make sure that we continue to share that love throughout the evening. And not just here on this screen. Let's do that all the time. Make sure we always loving on each other. Love is so important. It's such a key factor in our life.
Nemo, I was just gonna say I love you, and my comments are in the chat. I love you.
Love you back. Thank you. that love you back.
It's okay, Nemo. I ain't gonna fight you. I
and
ain't Bobby Brown. I ain't gonna meet you in the parking lot.
And Mr. Woods, this thing keeps lowering my hand when I talk, and so it moved my space. But anyway, like when I unmute and I don't say anything, it lowers my hand.
It
And
does
so
that to me too.
Yeah, and then it moved me because
I'm sorry that
anyway,
that's happening. Has that been happening to anyone else in the room?
Yeah, it happens to me. It gives you a cancel button, but it gives you like 3 seconds to push it. That'll stop that from happening. So you have it's right at the bottom of the window.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you for that.
It's fine. I'll be fine. It's fine. Thank you.
I got you. Just let me know anybody that's here that's willing to share. And well, let me re-announce because I do see some faces in the room that haven't been here before. If you are willing to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen and you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand and I know you're willing to share, that way I don't call on anybody unexpectedly or have anybody feel like I'm trying to pressure them to share with us. But the room is open. I would love to hear from everyone. If you find it in your heart that you want to share, just raise your hand and I'll make sure I'll come back and grab you. If anybody goes through what Gifted just said and their hand is being lowered, please let me know. And I still will make sure that I come across the room and grab you. You may fall out of sync with your alignment as the way the screen goes, but I will certainly give you time and space to share with us. With that being said, y'all open your hearts and y'all mics for our next poet, Ocean's Rising.
One love, one love, one love.
Blessings.
All right. So peace, light, love, and prosperity to all, always. Always be true to you and always love you first. The rest will follow behind. All right, so over the weekend, I was invited to a writing workshop. You guys know I'm trying to sharpen my pen and broaden my vocabulary and learn different languages and learn how to master this poetry. And so we were um, told to write. We had 4 minutes to write a poem, and the title they gave me was "The Forest is Scary." So after writing that 4-minute poem, I came home and I touched it up a little bit. So I want to go ahead and read that poem, and then I will go ahead and read another poem that I've previously written. However, the message is always clear and sustainable. All right, so the forest is scary. Walking through while at night can seem terrifying, defenseless, powerless, left feeling scared, stiff like the branches of the trees on a still night. No light at all. It is dark. Will I fall and get back up? Yes. Feeling the wind and anxiously waiting for its whispers along with my spirit to guide me in the right direction of life, conducting my very existence while piloting my reason for being. I am no longer petrified of life, I mean the forest. As I hug that tree that is staring at me, it electrifies me and sends love, information, downloads, energy, and healing. No longer ducking nor getting poked from the branches of life. In fact, I send them light and nourishment from my soul. Before now was falling over boulders of rocks, not gripping the depths of these woods. The horizon of the sun interrupts the infestation of the clouds, making it easier to bear. The only light I ever need to maintain and nourish thee while in this realm of illusions. This is just one forest to get through out of many on the land. However, no construction of the branches of the trees of this forest or the mind of its builder. This is my land, and these are my woods now and always have been. I know of every animal, insect, leaf, pine cone, crystal, rock, lake, individual, entity, deity, priestess, orisha, and goddess that's within my kingdom of a forest. Never reaching my destination as I am here as a present, a gift, a walking tree of wisdom in the physical, a donation of my healing, a contribution to your breath that you take every sunrise, an offering that is offering you no more chances if your soulless spirit can't survive in this scary forest. Poem.
My goodness, y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet. Oh, there was so much in that piece.
That was fantastic, Osu.
Um, um, just the journey of life and the respect for all things is just so powerful. I wrote a couple of lines that I'm no longer petrified by this life, by these trees. You know, sometimes when we're journeying, we can feel like we're in the woods. We can feel like we're alone and in a frightening space.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's what I got from that. This realm of illusion, another powerful line, because the things that are so real to us are so unnecessary to us, like
Come on now.
the petty things that we think are of value. You know, the way we value the tangibles. I would just say the tangible things that are so valuable to us, that are so unreal. You know what I'm saying? That you know, you can live without them.
Absolutely.
Another thing you said is, I am here in the as a present, as a gift, and we are all gifts by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to do His job. We have to do His duty, because our time is gifted to us. And yeah, I definitely like that. And take every sunrise, which brought me right back to your name, and You know, I just felt the power in that. Like, you know, there's gonna be cloudy days, but there's gonna be more sun than there are more times in the sun than we will be in the dark under the clouds. So powerful piece, powerful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Witz. I appreciate that. That's why I love joining these videos, because as you were describing how you felt about my poetry, I learned so many different words and how to use those words for another poet, for another writer, for another artist. So each one teach one. I grandly accept and receive that. Thank you.
Blessings, blessings.
All right, so poem number two. Poem number two is going to be Invest in Life. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you've probably heard this one. If there's new ears in there, let me get a ringing in there. All right, invest in life. Traveling through this world can hold a heavy burden. To some, it's a choice that we chose. Cycles to break, laws to reverse, using our minds, unmasking you, you're exposed. To observe corporations take away liberation, freedom, and life from within. To observe that the killing and the stealing is actually what is making the multi-trillions, including the parents that are selling their children. To witness the illegal and prescription take position, then their bloodline make money, finally saying, let's be holistic. Did I mention the pain the earth is feeling from these decisions? Invest in life, in the natural laws of nature producing life. See the ancestors, Mother Kai, and the universes will not think twice. To me, March 23rd was the new cycle of life. So you have maybe about 7 years to get this right. Supreme beings continuously rise while others slowly wake, tearing off their disguise. And the earth is rapidly cleansing, so don't look surprised. You can't run, you can't hide. You know the wind, water, fire, nature knows exactly where your ass resides. We are on to you no matter how you've messed with time. We are divine, using our mind to decapitate a worldly god. 6,000 years, give back what's rightfully mine. Invest in yourself and the positive within. Invest in Mother Nature, no death corporations. Invest in me and my vision. Invest in generational wealth. Invest in your new position in life. Invest in your health. Invest in no governing parties taking lead. Invest in your death if you follow artificial greed. Invest in your history, whatever that may be. And when you find out who you are, handle it respectfully and with peace. Invest in a school system that will teach children to embrace their inner abilities without taking them to your labs and bunkers as case studies. See, we are not asking, we are telling. Invest in life and push peace always, because no portals, no planes, no rocket ships in this realm. You will decease. So invest in life. Poem.
Y'all open up y'all mics and show some love to the poet. I'm gonna let somebody
Wonderful.
else speak first this time.
That was
Really
incredible.
wonderful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
I like the
appreciate
narrative quality of your poems.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Everyone has a story. And what I'm learning with poetry is it doesn't have to rhyme all the time. So that makes it even easier, right? Because at first I was like ABC 1, 2, 3, turning into a little hip hop artist. And then I was like, well, rap is poetry. I'm learning how to freestyle poetry and rap, but however, it does not have to rhyme. Everyone is a poet. All you have to do is take those emotions, take that pen, write it on that paper and speak your voice. And you are a poet. You understand? So as we are all reflections of one another, if you hurt, I hurt. If you're happy, I'm happy. If I see you struggling, I struggle. So it's no need for me to push anyone down any further. It's all about uplifting. It's all about self-love. You have to be on that love frequency in order to continue to survive. So one love to
I love your voice. You are so beautifully impassioned. You could sell me salt water at the beach.
thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I'm just now refining my voice. I don't want to take up too much time, but being in a very controlling relationship, I don't want to continue to say toxic, but controlling relationship for over 20 years, and having to speak someone else's cadence, having to speak someone else's voice, having to look at only what that person allowed you to look at. And I don't want to continue to blame it on just that person, because I was that person that was also allowing myself to do these things, just not strong enough to allow myself to walk away. So not having my own voice and being able to have this voice now, as my husband, he passed away, or he ascended on in August of last year on our wedding anniversary. But with that being said, I'm able to think, I'm able to speak my own voice and my own truth and my
For
realization of
your
the
rhyme.
world that I see.
It's time for your
Uh,
rhyme.
Yes.
Ocean, that first piece, what you did in 4 minutes was quite good about the forest. But this second one, the title itself was beautiful, right? Invest in life. That's what we're here for, right? And it was such an empowering and encouraging piece, because sometimes we can all really get caught up in our troubles and our woes and get bogged down.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we forget to invest in life. So that was a very empowering piece that I think no matter how old you are, how young you are, I think we all constantly need that reminder.
Thank you,
You're here
Rainier.
for one reason. Yeah.
Thank you, Rainier. And also my birthday is coming up Sunday, July 23rd. Roar, Leo's coming through. Here we come, y'all get ready.
You did not just roar on us, huh?
I
So,
did. You know what's Leo's? We gotta be extra, extra, extra.
oh
So
my
I
goodness.
had to.
My sister's a Leo, so she is definitely extra. So I feel that energy. Her birthday is the 24th.
Come on now. My youngest daughter is the 25th, which is actually that equals to 777, y'all. 7/25/2023. That equals 777. So you guys start your manifestations. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And then my youngest son is July 30th. And that's the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put the rest in the chat. One love.
Wow, powerful. You definitely got some things in the chat. I'm gonna just leave it in the chat. Being that so much love was already shared. Go through and scroll through, and you'll see the love and the homage that's been paid. Thank you for your share tonight, Queen. Beautiful pieces, both pieces. With that being said, you all open your hearts and your mics for our next poet, Mr. Christopher Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Witz.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you for coming.
Okay, so I've been writing like crazy recently, so I do have some new stuff. This one is called No Corazon. There is no corazon for you millennial conquistadors to have. Your reconquista has been a complete waste of time. I will not bow down to the idols you think you are. You will not have it in your hands just to squeeze it of its life juices, not pass it along to another when you become bored of it. If you are looking for something to conquer, go steal from another still caring person. That was the first one. And I'll share one more. Get back to the document. Let's see. Okay, this one is called, not that one. This one is called Falling Altars. stoned marble always begins to fall as the false pantheon shows their true colors. You waited so long purely for a lie, a promise of happiness that was never kept. Did you think them immortal, seeing them as saints? No, that would be too foolish of you. But that's probably what you did, right? How stupid do you look now that crisp leaves have fallen on their empty altars? Thank you.
Oh,
That
y'all
is
unmute
from
yourselves and show some love. Christopher Moore, I love your pieces.
Yeah.
I gotta listen in deep with you because you have a subtle tone. You know, you don't raise your voice. You real
that's because I have a
real balanced.
naturally deep voice. That's why.
You know what? I've
Um,
dealt with that since age 14 when my voice first cracked, and it took me
mhm.
some getting used to. I couldn't stand my voice as a young teenager, but as I grew into myself and I realized how women really dig a deep voice, I started to be more pronounced and I started to share a bit more of myself. So brave that journey, brother. If your voice cracked when you speak out, and it was supposed to carry that emotion. I'll say that.
Yeah, I just like to say the poems that I read from are from my latest collection that I'm working on, titled August Lent, and it should be out in a week or two.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your works,
Yeah.
your new works.
Thank you.
I jotted a couple of lines. I'm just going to mention them real quick, and I'll let somebody else speak. I like in the first piece that I will not bow down. I also enjoyed if you're looking for someone to conquer. Um, in your second piece, I like the promise of happiness that was not fulfilled or something like that. I didn't catch the back end of it, but the promise of happiness resonated with me, as well as crisp leaves have fallen. So I like those lines from you, brother.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And Chris, I was just going to say, your voice to me is enthralling, and captivating, and it makes us pay attention to each word that you're reciting. So I appreciate that in your delivery, and very well done. So thank you.
Thanks, Gifted. Appreciate that.
Congratulations on your book. That's fantastic. It's
Thank
great
you.
to hear you.
Okay, Chris, this is why I like to go first because everybody be taking everything that I want to say. So I just want to say that your voice, immaculate, immaculate. I could listen to your voice and go to sleep. I could listen to your voice and do a lot of other things. Hey, Miss Gifted, one of my new favorite poets. Oh, but yes, one love to you, Chris. One love, one love. Very powerful.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Awesome. I love y'all, and I love the energy that you're pouring into each other. Again, that's what this room is all about. That's what this Zoom space is about. That we can be personal and connect and show each other that love. I see some faces that entered the room that I haven't recognized. It's good to see you, Erica, Brooklyn in the house. Miss Prada is in the building. Ray Jane, good to see you all. Um,
Hey,
again,
sweetie.
who's that?
Hello, people.
Brian, Bella. Hope I said that. Hope I said your name right. This is the first time I think I've shared space with you as well. So welcome to the space. For those of you who have just joined, if you would like to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen, and you can raise your hand. If you raise your hand, as I come across the screen, I will acknowledge you and give you time and space and opportunity to share with the room. Um, so right now we're going to keep the energy moving. If anybody else got any more love they want to give to the poet, please put it in the chat. And at this time, open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Sunshine.
Yeah, I sent you a message, Mr. Witz. We may want to move Sunshine down a little bit. If you read your message, thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just seeing that. So, okay, so we will come back to Sunshine. All right, thank you for that, Gifted, and I'm sorry I missed that in the chat. But we'll move forward and we'll come back to her. You all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Whisper Poet.
Woo!
So I have two pretty short ones I want to read. This first one I wrote Sunday night when I got back from visiting my godson. He is almost 3. He's autistic. He does not speak. He doesn't make eye contact. He does not like to be held, does not like to be touched. I'm sure everybody's kind of come across, someone who's dealing with autism, so you're probably familiar with some of the characteristics. But as an adult, I'm trying to figure out, how do I connect with this child? How do I connect with my godson? God, I'm getting emotional. Sorry. So anyway, Friday night after I did my open mic on Open Minds, I was dancing around the living room, playing some music, and he was doing his hand thing that he does when he gets excited. And I reached out my hands to him and he held up his hands to me, like for me to pick him up. And it was so amazing because he's never done that before to me. He's done it once or twice to his mom and his aunt. But I was so excited. And then when I left on Sunday, and I told him bye, I held up my hand to him and he grabbed my hand and he held onto my hand. So that was really, really special. So I wrote this poem. It's called Connection. I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional. Connection, a divinely human function. We seek it like water in the desert, but we are not camels. Connection cannot be stored. It is elusive and fleeting, and it arrives in its own time by its own design, like lightning, a strike from the heavens that rocks my world, the sweetest vertigo. Throw myself into the fall, hold me down with the weight of our connection, a blissful and untamable infection of my loneliness. Let feverish love burn it from my heart and mind. I need that connection with my friends, my family, with my lover, with the divine. Whispered energy that fills my heart and lifts my spirit, the love flowing through my veins and my body, every part. Connection can pull the destructive from the abyss, turn the tide of anger and hurt into a starlit blanket of loving bliss. Connection can form a bridge to a child locked in another place, lost in a world we can't translate. Our distance from the star where he lives only a blink away when there is connection. It is the thing that binds us all as one. Whether you're a Baptist or a Buddhist or a Baha'i, connection connects us all. It is the radio tower of our existence. Listen, and you will hear our song.
Okay, go ahead, Wes. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Beautiful.
That was just beautiful. Somebody else going? I heard somebody else talking to y'all, or did you stop?
No, you're fine. Go ahead and share.
All right. I wanted to say, Whisper, that was, first of all, the story in itself is beautiful. But the connection connects us all. And I think I messed it up when I was trying to put it in the chat. It's just so beautiful. And now you got me trying not to cry. One, that's just a beautiful story whenever we can connect with our children. But it's also a beautiful story because I teach a workshop, and I have for a couple summers now. I teach summer school creative writing course. And I, for the first time this year, have a deaf student that's in my class. And I didn't know how to connect with them. And music, when I did a writing prompt with music, he connected and he felt it. and he smiled and he wrote for the first time. So I understand that connection connects us all. That was simply beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the second one is my tribute poem, and I actually wrote this on Friday night when I did my feature. I finished my feature and I was listening to everyone else go, and I was so inspired listening to everyone, and so I just wrote this, and this is called My Poetry Muses. Nemo, your words pierce my soul, so tenderly, violently, anguishedly sad, and yet beautiful in the tragic mind you share without ego, without fear. Because bearing your soul is a form of self-flagellation, and we are caretakers of your whip. Our love helps you toward being whole. Shaki, you see yourself as damaged, but your soul gleams with the purity of your beautiful light. Your wisdom, your depth, your searing insight, so young and yet so deep. We want to float in the caramel smooth pain your voice inspires. We are humbled by your grace. To soothe your hurt is all we desire. Shane, her pure fire and passion, your mouth a truth gun firing rounds into my heart, not to wound, but to inspire, to lift us up and challenge us to evolve. As you evolved by sheer force of will, you lift us and carry us and share yourself and make us feel. CP, the warrior of truth, a flamethrower to make us face our deepest fears and foes. You tell us things that open our eyes to things we never knew. We heard you, we grew, even thought we hurt from all we heard. You end with positivity and you let us know you're still there on your watch. Mr. Wits, you bring the wisdom, the grace, and the sweetest smile. Your thoughts fly high to help us rise as people, poets, and friends. You see what we are capable to be, and in loving challenge, ask us to help each other, love and be free, and always share love and light. You are the wind beneath our wings. These people are precious. They give to us of themselves, so strong despite what they may be dealing with. I am humbled by hearing their words. I am challenged to be a better human, to grow, to be better, to be more. I am thankful for each of you and others not named herein. You have no idea how important your voices are here among the den.
Come on now, come through, Miss Whisper. Whispering where? Whispering where? Huh? Whispering where? Before I'm gonna go really quick. Go back on your first poem regarding autism. I just want to shout out anyone that has an intellectual disability or works or is related to or has to take care for an individual with intellectual disabilities. Let's keep in mind that they are the normal individuals within this world. Okay, they see things exactly for what it is and nothing beyond or nothing below. I want you to understand that they resonate off of frequency of energy, love, spirit, emotions. So you don't have to say a word. All you have to do is be present and show your love and pour your love and nourish your love into that individual to the best of your ability. And trust me, without a word, they will understand and love you back. And for your second poem, I just want to say that not only did you feed me purpose, it was unifying, it was powerful, it was healing. These words I was describing, and then when you threw in Mr. Witt's name, I was like, man, my brother. Yes, I agree. So one love, one love, one love to you, Whisper, to the platform, Mr. Witz, one love. I thank you for this. I'm out. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, don't ever be quiet. You know, speak when it's given to you, when it's in your heart. That's what this all about. Whisper, I got to go back to your first poem as well. I have a nephew who is coming into his teenage years, and he's been dealing with levels of he's been dealing with autism, And you know, it's not an easy thing. It's been a rough journey for my sister, and but she always pours into him. She makes sure that he knows what love is, and you know, that he know who his family is. Um, so you know, like she said, don't never question whether they're getting the message just because they're not expressing themselves in the way we would normally do. Um, you said in there, connection can pull the destructive from the abyss. I love that line. Really, really resonated with me because, you know, we communicate in so many different ways, body language, as well as our voice. Um, so love can be expressed so many different ways that we can't turn away from or ignore that it's there. Another thing that you said that I liked was radio tower of our existence. I thought that was another dope line um, from that first piece. Um, the second piece, just all both of your pieces were full of love. But that second piece, like I really love tribute pieces. And not to be selfish or nothing, I didn't expect my name to be sounded from your trumpet, but I'm so grateful and I'm so pleased to for the acknowledgement, as well as all the others that you have acknowledged in that piece. You almost made me tear up a little bit, but I'm not gonna cry. I just want you to know that you love the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Whisper. That was a beautiful and moving tribute. I'm deeply moved.
That's what's up. So if anybody else got any love that they would like to give at this time, put it in the chat, please. Um, great. I'm loving this room. I'm loving you all. I'm so gracious to have you come and share space with me every week. And I just pray that you continue to do so. And you invite some of your friends, some of your family, let them know. But some people like to just come and listen. That's fine as well. You don't always have to be um, a verbal poet. Sometimes just being in the space is enough. So gracious to have you all. With that being said, let's open our hearts and our mics to our next poet, the amazing, gifted Johnson Wilkinson.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, we hear you, love.
Okay, my screen's just doing something funky, but I'm just gonna go ahead. It's like real blurry and doing some craziness. So
It's not on this end. We can see you clearly and we hear you fine.
all right. This piece is called With Love. If I take you out, I could move the way I want to, carefree, without malice, untroubled by the wind. Red light, yellow light, green light, go. Go anywhere I want. You carefully tucked in my pocket as to never forget that you are the reason that I keep breathing and that I beat and I shake and I move. I'm wishing on a star, a galactic scratch off, Milky Way jackpot, be free. Be free to use you the way he intended it to be before the apple was bit. No pain, no hurt or sorrow or heartache. Green light, yellow light, red light. Stop. Stop being a prisoner of no affection, trapped by the affectional devotional scroll, confined in this space, can't breathe. Too much death, loss of loved ones, loss of friends that you would hold so dear. Tightness of your squeeze tends to explode and whisper of tears become thunderous rolling rocks of storms. I'm ready. I'm ready to take you out of the rain. I'm ready to take you out of the rain. I promise always to guard you with love. But I can't keep you intact. The afflictions you endured might just pull me apart. So if I take you out of the equation, I could leave without a trace of your journey. Sincerely, with all my love, my heart. That's that piece.
Yeah, that was.
I'm gonna go ahead and go. Okay, go ahead,
Go
Wiz.
ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh,
please.
gifted,
I'm
Miss
gonna
Gifted.
speak, so you go ahead.
I'm sorry, Wiz. I'm sorry. You know, I've been waiting on this one right here now. Here. This is why her name is Gifted. You hear me? Gifted voice, gifted spirit, gifted heart. But a few things I want to point out. With love, you carefully tucked me in, you carefully tucked in my pocket as you are the reason I breathe. And then how she went from green, yellow light, yellow light, red light, go. And then snapped on you with the green light, yellow light, red light, stop. You understand what I'm saying? She also hit us with the tends to explode. I promise I'll always guard you with love, but I can't keep you attacked. I'm sorry, I got so nervous. She is so powerful. As I'm trying to write, I already can't write well. But I love you, Miss Gifted, and I love your heart. And thank you for pouring your heart out with so many more lines that I know you guys are going to point out. I'm gonna give you guys the platform, Miss Gifted. I love you.
Love you.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, all that. It was a lot in there to pull. I love how the story was about your heart and how trauma can trap it all.
Hmm.
You know, things that we experience can block us off from being loved or accepting love.
Right.
And yeah, it's the key to it is the acknowledgement, because once you acknowledge it, then you can move forward and you can take
Yes.
back that control. I wrote down a couple of lines that you said that was powerful. Untroubled by the wind.
Yeah.
Galactic scratch off, Milky Way jackpot. You know those two is gonna resonate very, very hard. A prisoner of no affection. And also, I'm ready to take you out of the rain. Yeah, all of that, all those lines are just powerful lines for me. I really enjoyed that piece.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, the whole piece was just riddled with beautiful lines, but I think to me, the tone and the cadence of your recital just helped the listener to savor each line. You know, it was beautifully paced and beautifully recited.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rainier.
Gifted, I love your pen, I love your voice, I love your heart and the energy that you bring to every room you're in.
Thank you, Nemo. All right. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sunshine. We got you. All right, this next piece is Pieces to Peace. Mm. Broken into pieces over you. Didn't believe that hole that you left could ever be filled, or I'd ever climb out. Shards of me was blown away in the wind. Yes, I love the wind. But I'm at peace. I'm at peace knowing that this journey was all mine, predestined, defined, and shaped for no one but me, designed all for me. So closed eyes open. All the bumps, bruises, and turns won't stop, can't stop, will not stop me. I'm at peace. Conscious of the shadows that lurk, clouds that rain, my back being up against the wall, surmounted with the pressures of what might come, pondering the complex dynamics that paralyzed my dreams. But I'm at peace, knowing I'm no longer crippled, handicapped, caged by the man-made prison, caves of hell, holes dug so deep normal lines of support can't even meet. Love gone, heartache, tear-filled swollen eyes, roads that lead to empty spaces, bruises that I learned and earned and burned in the corner of dark places. Broken pieces won't replace. They become the cracks that now light the interface. I'm at peace, releasing this coupled misery that you wanted me to keep. My cracks are filled, and that joy empowers my might, fuels my fight, because I am at peace, knowing that not every day will be a cloudy, dreary day, and that one day it might be my damn birthday, and we'll celebrate. And knowing that there's always a silver lining. So with the glare of an eye, extension of my hand, and the bending of my knees, realization sets in. I'm still here. I'm still here. So with every breath, I understand that that hole can never be endlessly deep. I'm at peace.
Your pieces are so emotional. Y'all open your mics and show some love for the poet, please.
Wow.
I was great to say, y'all know I go first. I be trying to get y'all a shot
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Trying to work the mic here, trying to find it so I can unmute myself. Gifted, you already know, girl. Your passion, how you put yourself into these pieces, my God. You know I love you. You already know. You could probably recite the alphabet and I would still be moved.
Come on.
It's just the way you, oh my God. It's just the way you just put yourself all into it. And it's just that passion, girl. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Miss Gifted, I'm gonna go ahead and sneak on in here. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak on in here and get my shot. Broken into pieces over you. I am. I just want to let you know that. And yes, I just recited your line but I want to let you know that that's where you left me. You understand me? I love your triumph. I mean, your description, your journey, how you just successfully became triumph and had like a jubilation, a celebration of your victory, you know, from that release of the misery and the pain that you battled with, and you're still here unbothered, untouched, and unapologetically healed. And I love you.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That opening line. What was that opening line?
Broken into pieces. Go ahead, Miss Gifted. My bad.
No, please. That is amazing. Thank you.
That opening line. Say it, please.
Broken into pieces over you.
Just instantly grab you at your seat. That opening line. The hole you left, but I'm at peace. The man that made prisons light the interface. All of those was like poems in themselves.
Mm.
This one line poem.
Thank you.
Yeah, powerful and emotional.
Thank you.
We love you, Queen. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you all for allowing the space.
If anyone else got any more love that they would like to give at this time, please put it in the chat. I see somebody put my cracks are filled and I'm still here. The more powerful lines, shards of me. Yeah, there's a lot of love. Go look in the chat and you'll find it. But this time, y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Sunshine. Welcome back, Queen.
Peace, peace. My apologies. I have a
None
you already know
necessary.
since you was
None
on my
necessary.
podcast, I have a new thing starting where I'm trying to showcase we have so many brothers and sisters that are poets that have bars from behind bars. So that was one of them that I was on the phone with. And I'm just gonna jump right into it. A beautiful mess ain't so beautiful when the thought of you not being able to handle the stress. Wanting to release what's been buried deep within, way beyond that sunshine of a grin, way below the skin. Polygamy beginnings to elder rearings by separation and later transitioning of my Umi, the incarceration of my father, and I'm still wanting somebody to love me for me. A beautiful mess ain't so beautiful when the thought of you not being able to handle the stress. My big brother saves us from a house fire. I was the cause of the start. That unfortunately split us apart. Later serving me up to repeated molestation by an uncle from the age of 5. First time speaking against the fear. Second reason why I'm still alive. Feeling so unprotected for most of my life, surviving on pure, true grit. To the blind eye, she too hard, and definitely not anything a man would want to be with. Maybe they right. Seems like I still can't get my father to love me right. Now, ain't that a mess? And still, a beautiful mess ain't so beautiful when the thought of you not being able to handle the stress. But when you fuck me spiritually, releasing moans to translate to me calling you daddy, uncovering layers of me like an unraveling woven tapestry, fighting back emotionally, tears of expiring fears, igniting unforeseen capabilities, a type of protection I never knew I needed because of your own conspiracies. I continue to pause the tape to the soundtrack of the most inner me. cause a beautiful mess just ain't so beautiful when the thought of you not being able to handle the stress. You see, the way my heart and shell is weakened by your penetrating touch, my body naturally fits within yours like waves washed along the shore. The repaired me craves this, needing it daily, yet you gave it so effortlessly. During absences of confusion, when present, developing feelings of lucid dreams, trickery of fantasies. Do I deserve this? Is this really my true reality? Soaking it all in, still keeping it all locked in, refusing to apply any unnecessary pressure, selfishly refusing to forfeit my win. Yet, in the end, did I? A beautiful mess ain't so beautiful when the thought of you not being able to handle the stress of the mess known beautifully as me.
Better come on forward.
Ooh, I love that piece.
Sunshine,
Appreciate you.
sunshine, sunshine, sunshine. All right, that journey there, you took me through your father's incarceration, the house fire, the molestation by your family, how you survived on your pure true grit, how you was mistaken because you had to develop your masculine energy due to all that trauma that you went through, and you had to heal from that pain of abuse. Then you took us on another journey with the fuck me spiritually. That I was like, ha, yeah, talk to me, talk to me. Went on a journey with the lucid dreams. I went in that dream with you. Asking yourself, is this your reality? And bringing it right back to, just how can you love me for the mess of what you consider me to be? You know what I'm saying? I thank you. I grandly accept, receive, and can relate to a lot of that. So one love, and if I could hug you, I would, sunshine. I definitely will hug all of you, and I will in the future. I'm pretty sure of it. At least most of y'all.
Well, I
Believe
know
you
this
just
is about
did.
y'all giving me my flowers, but sis, and I'm glad you spoke first. What I need for you to do for you, stop saying that you're not a good writer. None of us or anybody determines how great of a writer someone is, because everything that you spit, I know I could identify with at some point. And I've heard you say that about yourself so many times since being on the Zoom. So I'm gonna need you to take that from out of your vocabulary, sis, okay?
Yes, goddess. Yes, goddess. Yes, goddess.
Indeed. Love it. Keep loving on each other. It's so important. And that reciprocation just warms my heart. That's what it's about. It's about transcending that energy. Trust that you just give. Every time you speak, you are embracing somebody. So even though you may not feel like you're giving them that physical hug, tangible feel, you are giving them that spiritual embrace, which is even more so important. Just beautiful. Keep loving on each other. Sunshine, I wanted to thank you for loving on our brothers beyond the wall, because I've been there at some point. I have a brother there now. I know we all have someone that if it's not us who have been there, and even in our physical freeness, we can still feel like we're caged and trapped behind those walls. So that embrace, that love that you're giving is so important. Never apologize for extending that.
And I want y'all to know the energy that y'all been giving me. I've been sitting here sketching, listening to y'all. So putting the plans of everything together. So I appreciate that energy because, creative energy always feeds off of other creative energy. I do have one more. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am. And the floor
Okay,
is.
'cause my screen just blacked out and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're still in view and we can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you for that love.
Life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. Your cipher begins to dwindle. Folks revealed they all about the next swindle, moving like Jack because you got to be nimble. These agents, representatives, and shadows are quick to make you out to be the next Vic. Succumb to their tricks, talking and moving real slick. Literally trading tears for fears because everybody wants to rule the world, or at least yours, that is. Roe versus Wade, the start of us being played, right to complete privacy. Will it all soon fade? Are we going to ever feel comfortably safe? Standing tall, shoulders back, chin up, striving to save face, internally battling feelings of disgrace, analyzing how the fuck did I end up in this space? Life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. It's to make you dig deep, deep within your energy, traveling through the layers of you, recognizably from your sleep. The cerebral cortex is vexed, exhausted from the battle of convincing your thoughts. It ain't the enemy, it's the inner me, wanting to break free from stifling relationships, suffocating, suppressing everything I was created to be, sabotaging goals and dreams, my future reality. Yet life changes are not for the meek. Each new hurdle or obstacle some think are designed to make us weak. It's rattling, unbeknownst, complacency. Take it from me and get free.
Y'all open your mics and show some love to the poet. Poet, and I don't mean to be looking around your room, but you look like you got some beautiful art in there. Can we see that that map that you have hanging there?
It's my Caribbean sea map. And then this one here, a little paint and sip I hosted with my sons, and they were doing a gift for my big sis Monye. They own Copper Vibrations, so
Love it.
they was like,
Oh,
you need to do it too. So as you see, my earrings are there.
That's
you
right.
See, I got my copper piece on there,
Yes,
and
nice.
it says, "I am resilience."
Yes, you better say it. You better say it.
This is supposed to be basically a cover to a future poetry book that I will be putting together. I put it on pause because me and my young sons just finished our first children's book titled "I Can Do Anything."
Oh, come on now. You better do it.
I'm gonna be pushing that first before I go back to my poetry book.
Blessings, blessings to you and your young kings. You know,
Yep.
beautiful, beautiful. Oh, y'all pour into this poet, please. It's so important that we embracing each other. And again, we all come from some form of trauma, whether we wear it on our sleeve or we keep it trapped in our heart. Especially in this country, these have been the things that have kept us from each other. So being able to be in this space and being able to get free and share your journey, it's not easy. It's not easy to be that voice, but we all need to scream. When we scream, we send vibrations into the universe. We free ourselves through those vibrations. So embrace each other. Let us know that you deserve the love. You deserve everything that you give. So I definitely love you, Sunshine. I appreciate everything that you pour into the community, and I pray that you reap all the harvest of your seeds.
Appreciate it. That piece was actually not so much a response, but like a PSA to those who are coming out of relationships that do not serve us. I was in a marriage, and you know how people put on that facade. Like I have a whole nother piece where I explain, you know, Academy Award bullshit speeches. You feel what I'm saying? And when that other person recognizes that your power, they have no control over it, and how they can try to deem your light and make you other than what you was designed to be, but you got to get free from that. Like the moment you see that you're not acting and walking in yourself, like you have to pull those reins back. So I understood Queen when she was speaking about talking somebody else's language. I mean, I ain't go like that. I didn't have that experience, but I had the experience of someone trying to pretty much like everything that I'm doing now, he was sabotaging then. So we supposed to be a team. And as much as I was pouring and uplifting, when he couldn't basically live up to what I was pouring into, he started to sabotage what I was doing.
Yeah, you gotta remove those people or they will be removed for you. Sometimes you don't have the power to remove them. And Most High will remove us or remove them from us. So blessings upon you, Queen. Oh, again.
Hold on. So Sunshine, I was trying to give everybody else time to speak before I got on here and did my thing. But as I mentioned before, I don't know if I have, but I definitely can relate a lot to your poetry, to your life, to you. I know we are reflections of one another, but with certain individuals and the lives that we've chosen or was chosen for us, it left some of us feeling incapable on different levels, and helpless, just not having a purpose at times at all. And like she said, just I can relate to you without taking your time. I appreciate you being so vulnerable and sharing your truth, our truth. And one love, I love you. Thank you.
Love you too, sis.
Yes. And greetings and peace and blessings to those who have to farewell with us tonight. I still appreciate you popping in and showing love. I think that's, like I said, that's key. That we're not, sometimes you just be here in the presence is enough. Is enough. So at this time, so we can move along. If anybody got any love that they would like to share and pass on to the poet, please put it in the chat as we open our hearts and our mics to our next poet, Mr. Jim Love. Jim, how you been, brother?
I've been good, Wits. It's been more than a minute, it feels like. So
Yeah.
really, really good to see you, and really good to be in this space again after a long time.
Good to see you, brother.
Okay, well, this first piece is called Love and Intrusive Thoughts. Her smile brings light as she enters the room. It's a beautiful day. You should take a walk. You'll feel better. Well, the misaligned synapses and shorted out circuits in my brain kick into overdrive. Cinematic snapshots of me stepping off the sidewalk. A sleek silver sedan sends me somersaulting into the summer sky. Now I'm a gymnast, helplessly hurtling to a final landing. A jacked up 4x4 pickup truck plowing through my organs like a mud hole on a beer-soaked Saturday night. I actually hear, "Hey, watch this," as my lungs explode. The mailman misses his appointed rounds because I'm now lodged in his wheel well, permanently stamped, package undeliverable. With a shake of my head, I reply, "Honey, I don't think I'm up for a walk right now." And she smiles. "That's okay. Let's just sit together and be. And that's that piece.
Oh, wow, Jim.
Love it. And I love that opening line. Her smile brings light.
Thank you.
That was, you know, powerful impression of love, as well as you know, I don't know if that was the expression through love as a car accident, as a wreck, or if that was a, you know what I'm saying? Like it was so much in there to embrace it, to in that collision. Is that the way she makes you feel when from love?
Yeah,
From
it's kind of like what goes through my mind sometimes. Like if we go out for a walk, and in my head I can see myself stepping out in front of cars. I can see myself doing stuff like that. And she, over the years, has kind of got to understand when I'm in that space. And after being 41 years with somebody, I kind of know you. And that's an amazing thing, and a thing to always be thankful for.
Yeah, thank you for clearing that up. That was a beautiful.
Okay. This last one is based on a true story from 1978 in the summer, about this time of year. My father missed me. His eyes red from pain, his stance unsteady, as he swayed behind the rusted screen door framed by cracked paint and exposed gray wood. His hair, wild and unkempt, like the undergrowth that threatened to overtake his home of 30 years, a home where he lived alone after decades of marriage, more prize fight than romance. You see, my father missed me. This son who stood before him, a reminder of past glory, lost to broken brown bottles filling the trash with promises never kept. His cracked lips scaled by dead skin and deader dreams moved silently at first as his hand slid to his side. His voice came back, fueled by decayed love and corrupted concern. Boy, you better goddamn run. You see, my father missed me. His unwashed hands came back into view, filled with a News at 6 lead story, written with lead and blood, gunpowder and grief. I am in mid-flight, parkouring off the porch as the long arm reaches out with a staccato string that flies into the void. A second bark raises the red clay at my feet as my green Kmart sneakers pummeling the headless dandelions and weeds that stand in for a yard. Eyes slam into the imitation leather driver's seat, a 70s tank pretending to be a car. I look up as my father lets loose another of his demons, released from its brass-jacketed bondage. Its claws crease the Detroit steel of a bronze-painted hood. The engine fires to life before he gets off a fourth shot. 400 cubic inches four-barrel me away into the falling sun as I smell the piss and sweat of my adrenaline-fueled body. It's true. My father missed me.
Nah. Y'all hoping y'all like to show some love for the poet. Jim, I was so engulfed in your poetry that I couldn't even write down the lines. That this was.
Mr. Witz, we can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
I was so pulled in that I couldn't even jot down anything. I just had to sit back and hear you. You know, it's been a while since I been able to experience you. So powerful, the piece, man. That I could see the anger, I could see it fueling, and I could see the fear and that is caused, and the trauma that had to come behind it, behind such furiousness. Thank you for sharing it. You know.
Thank you, Witz.
Yeah,
Wow, Jim. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The imagery, the way the story unfolded. I literally after your first line, my father missed me, I was on the edge of my seat, and I put this in the comments because I knew there was a twist. There was something, I knew that there was a twist, but the way you presented it, my father missed me. It had me on the edge of my seat, and I was captivated throughout the whole piece. I remember you and recalling you saying that this was a true story, so I am sorry to hear that. But I am very blessed to be in the midst of your storytelling and hearing it unfold in the way that you crafted it for our ears. So thank you.
Thank you, Gifted.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jim, one, I want to apologize because I had to I was like in and out on your poem because I had to walk in and out of the room, unfortunately. However, the pieces that I did, I was able to catch. I just want to let you know that the analogy and the symbology, they're referencing to the first poem, referring to your personal situations and various personal situations. That's what I took from that, from what I could hear. And it was metaphoric to that. For your second poem, from what I could hear as I quoted towards the beginning and the end, again, metaphoric and symbolic to your various personal issues, situations with your father. And like Ms. Gifter said, that first line, my father missed me, eyes red from pain, stand steady. And then when you went in on the journey as I was walking away, I was like, damn, I'm missing a good one. However, when I came back and that expedition, that voyage, that trip, that journey, one love to everybody. What? Jim Love, that's your name. I'll accept and receive that. One love. One love.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that piece, Jim. The parallel, it's almost like the violence of the action hides the violence of the emotion until the end, and then it's all revealed. You don't say very much about yourself until then, and it's like, there it is. So it's just a phenomenal piece.
Thank you, Nemo.
Powerful work, Jim. Thank you for coming and sharing with us tonight, brother. If anybody else got any love that you would like to give to the poet, please put it in the chat as we move along to our next poet. Y'all open your hearts and your mics to Maumi, Granny, Nice Youth Under Barbara.
Miss Barbara, yay!
Would that be me?
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
Got
Sorry.
it.
Okay, hold on for a moment, please. Okay, I'm just going to read the poem. I'm not going to give a whole story behind it, okay?
Okay, you got
Why
it.
would you write me down in your history when you know I was the light of your life? Must have been activity because it couldn't be your choice. But oh, no, now you want to rewind. Oh, now you can find the time to spend, the time to dine, to be kind, to share, to forbear. What about the time to assist, to protect, to respect, to listen, to understand? I won't say to hold and caress. You surely enjoyed that mess. But what about the time to make sure if I had eaten? Or the time you could have left out that unnecessary beating? Or do you remember the time? That should be easy. There wasn't much. Remember the time you took me shopping? I'm still thinking too, because there wasn't one. Or remember the beautiful ring? Was it for friendship or love? Or just because? Must be just because there wasn't one. Or were you there when, or did you bring the, or did you do the, or what, when, why, and how? Just stop right there. Because the time you remember, because by the time you remember, you will be tired of reading about why the time is up. Tick tock, the time has stopped. Oh, okay. I got one more. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes,
Okay, I have
yes.
one
keep
more.
coming.
Man,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
That was, yes, time is up. Let's go.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. That poem was deep.
Right.
It was
Okay,
like it was an exertion of pain, and then as the time ended, so did that pain. Like your time is up, and so is this pain that comes with it. So
time to be up.
yes, Barbara, yes. And why would you write me down in your history? Once you said that, I couldn't, like Mr. Wick said before, I couldn't even write certain things down because I had to just listen. And I'm one that I do have to write things down, especially when I want to acknowledge and show love and give people their flowers and their acknowledgement, because it means a lot as we all pour our hearts and our feelings and our emotions into our poetry. So I just I thank you, Barbara. I can't wait for the next one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have one more. It's short because I know it's late, but it's short. Sometimes when you feel lost, the best thing you can do is be still. Relax, meditate, listen to your inner voice. It has plenty of conversation and ideas, suggestions, and solutions. Like playing volleyball in your mind. You hit some, you miss some. But the most important thing to do is swing, be it by serving or returning. That's it.
Oh yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Yes.
Y'all hearts and open your mics and show some love to the poet. Umi, thank you for sharing tonight. Definitely powerful. To speak on that first piece, it definitely, I know the journey, so the hurt that carries and that it trickles down. So I feel all of that, and I'm just grateful that it wasn't enough to destroy you, and were able to pick yourself up and keep going. Praise be to Allah that you had the strength
Right.
to continue on your mission, on your journey. The second piece definitely was another powerful one, because the line you said that really hit was when things aren't going to your liking, the best thing to do sometimes is to be still, because when you're still, then you can see, then you can see what's happening in front of you. I learned that in as a teenager, just going to be in my own mind space. Growing up in our neighborhood, we literally knew everybody in the neighborhood. But finding that time to make time for myself
Exactly.
allowed me to see what was happening around me,
Yes.
and kind of help you to remove yourself so that you don't become victimized by what's happening around you. So thank you for both shares.
Yes. Thank you for having me. And
Welcome.
I'd just like to say on the first poem, sometimes situations you allow yourself to be in, it could be intended to destroy you, but you can't destroy what God has created. So that's what led to the second part, saying that, sometimes it's best to be still and just to think and meditate on yourself and concentrate on yourself, and not so much as situations that happen around you, because it can destroy you, but you have to be so strong within yourself to just block all of that out and create and be the person that you are, and be the person that God put you on this planet to be. Can't no one touch that.
Say that, Queen. Say that. Or anybody got any more love that you'd like to give to the poet? This time you can leave it in the chat, please. Or somebody get ready to say something before I did that.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
Just want to say apologies, Barbara. You know I'm gonna show my love, right? So I
Yes.
just want to say that it left me thinking of myself as to, like you said, just being patient and being still, allowing self-love, realizing self-love, understanding our higher self or whoever your higher being is, and allowing that love from your higher being to be reciprocated, and to see the outside from with to see the outside in, to be able to stand outside and see everything from within. So I appreciate that, Barbara.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
pouring in. All right. If anybody else got any love that they would like to give to the poet, please put it in the chat at this time. As we move along to our next poet, you all open your hearts and your mics for our brother Daniel Fernandez.
Hello,
Daniel, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
So for today, I have one that I've written a couple weeks ago, and also a new one that I've written 2 days ago. They're both around the same one. First, I'm gonna start with the one I've written a couple weeks ago, and that one is a poem I made for my mom, and it's called "An Angel Without Wings." I'm sorry for not going to my high school graduation. I made that choice because I lost the motivation. I hide with my demons. Some say that's isolation. When dreams evidence, it's nearly impossible to find inspiration. I put extreme effort into school and didn't feel rewarded. My father didn't see me last time because he had things that were more important. I listened to the words that stabbed my throat like an informant. Years pass and I am on the brink of unemployment. Don't be pissed at him because I understand the responsibility. Keeping food on the table is difficult without liquidity. It's laborious to save enough for utilities. Plus, it's tough on the mind as you suffer mentally. Loneliness can age the human body. I can't be efficient without a day of coffee. Secrets are venomous and outright filthy. Just knowing one can make you guilty. Not everyone has the same heart as you. Raising a son to understand everyone's point of view. Write about pain since everyone is scared of the truth. Hold them back emotions our conscience doesn't approve. Generous and easygoing. Your smile is contagious, never loathing. The atmosphere so refreshing you feel like you're floating. Always busy, always roving. My credit accounts were closed, but I was up to speed. Sure, I was late before, but payments were always received. Now I have to start over as my credit bleeds and deal with my overwhelming self-esteem. I appreciate the love and helping me reach my full potential. I'm sorry about these words. I know the pain is confidential. It all started in 3rd grade when I became sentimental. I grabbed a blank sheet of paper and held that magic pencil. Thanks to the one and only, beautiful and diverting, but when angry, a coyote. Funny enough, your patience is always present playing Monopoly. You shine like a flare, making other light sources unnecessary. The more you fight back, the harder it'll be. That's life for you, at least that's how it is for me. Not to mention that success is never guaranteed. So in order to make it, you need to be a little greedy. Life sped up and the bills started to bite. As much as I hate the concept by law, they are right. So I work my ass off day and night, slashing debt until I realize that I can't afford to keep on the lights. I wish I had a warning though, which could have saved the surprise. It's okay, Mom. I now know why. Stress arise and it weakens our mind. It's not easy to be wise on what we can't advise. Don't cry. We have done that too many times. I despise agony in disguise. Chase a high as my problems divide, residing within the pages of what my heart can transcribe. You're always given the benefit of the doubt to those who don't deserve it, open to help if it means there's no conflict, imprisoned by anxiety, which causes happiness to drift, unable to balance the two, and yet they coexist. Those who give the best advice usually have the most problems. I respect all of what was done to make me the man I've become, despite my issues with pollen and feelings that go numb. I write stories and poems without knowing where the ideas come from. I just don't understand why the nicest people are punished the worst. I understand the lesson, but damn, the journey hurts. My spirit is in my books, as my soul lurks, praying for an opportunity and hoping it'll work. You're an angel without wings, haunted by your sins. Success is visible, but we never know where to begin. Our vision is hazy with regrets that pinch, waiting for our luck to change or switch. Soon we'll be out of the water, above the horizon where the trees are taller, with enough cash to get you to the best doctor, instead of being worried as I count all of my quarters. Addicted to being optimistic since it keeps the path moving stronger. Once you lose hope, the chances of achieving it become smaller. The things we do to stretch a dollar. I am making my way now that I am an author. It's never easy, so I push through the obstacles as they get harder, keeping the future in mind, because one day we'll be living in color. Thank you. My second piece.
Oh, hold on, Daniel. Hold on. First of all, you catch your breath real quick. Right. Hold on, because I need an emotional defibrillator right now. So you might as well let me know where I can get that book behind you, sir. That's posted right behind you, because you just left. What the hell did what? What?
I put my link tree in the
like
chat.
gifted, like Miss Gifted had also wrote as well. Words that stab my throat like an informant, I think you said.
Yeah.
Another thing, secrets are venomous. Holding back emotions, conscious, so the conscious don't approve with, unable to balance the two and get they don't exist. And to me, you're writing from your soul, your spirit, your heart, and you're leaving your emotions as everything in your literature. And like Mr. Witt said, you came absolutely naked, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How many, can I ask a question?
Feel free.
How many water sprinklers do you have in your house to put that fire out? Because that was insane. That was a level of writing that is just incredible. I just need you to understand the level to which your pen, well, barbecue stick, flamethrower, whatever you want to call it, is producing, because that was insane.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
No, I appreciate it.
I put my link tree in the chat. So I actually have my Instagram there, Facebook, Reddit, and also the links to where you can find the book behind me, which was published a couple months ago. And for my second piece, I have a new one I written 2 days ago, and it's called Sometimes I Don't Want to Write. I have my days, good and bad, some I wish to forget and some that make me laugh. Hallucinating me, floating within the upper class, a fishing net that resembles my dream that my life doesn't feel the need to catch. Nothing is more dangerous than a man with patience, especially when everything was lost due to limitations, unable to follow through like a canceled reservation. When free falling to rock bottom, what helps honestly is meditation. Sometimes I don't want to write because I don't have the time to. It's not writing that brings me down, it's my fractious mood. In order to feel the music, take the time to tune, soak in the emotions that make the heart swoon, go above and beyond to find peace of mind, move forward with the joy and leave the past behind. I am trying to shape a future, but God can't decide. Regardless of what I do, I'm perplexed and surprised. Those who are blind I respect because they judge by personality. A writer's pen is the key to their immortality. Smack karma before consequences lead to insanity. Writing a poem to feel as indestructible as gravity gravity. Sometimes I don't want to write because life isn't slowing down. Some emotions are not worth noting if it brings you underground. When I write, I'm underwater and somehow I don't drown. Maybe it's freeing myself that makes poetry profound. People lose hope when surrounded by problems. Everything goes to shit and you can't blossom. Makes you want to scream louder than some drums. Unfit to operate like a broken thumb. Walking helps improve psychological health. It's distracting the mind that puts you in a spell. Delays the need to say farewell until it's too late, like putting too much gel. Sometimes I don't want to write because I'm stuck and frustrated. It's hard not to repeat something someone else has stated. So I contemplate as my insecurities are invaded, afraid of the faces and having a crowd that's jaded. I have been possessed by doubt, writing to breathe as if it's something I can't live without, a playground of intentions that would make my mother proud. I'll be happy if I stop thinking about what's left in my bank account, closing my eyes as my spirit is levitating to the clouds, leaving behind the book of phrases that I never wanted to leave my mouth. PS2 was the peak of PlayStation, playing games to complete as if it's part of my occupation, enrapture my creativity while stress is on vacation, making it to the credits because I'm as stubborn as my determination. Owning a pet improves quality in life. I can guarantee that it's true as unconditional love ignites. Anxiety is replaced by comfort so I can finally sleep at night. I love you, Abby Apomsky, that is responsible for having my sadness wiped. Sometimes I don't want to write because I'm tired of the pain. Digging deep into my regrets to toss apprehensions down the drain, cutting premonition as dread refrains, haunted by whatever remains. One day I'll blow up and I can put my book on a pedestal so I can reflect that the struggle can in fact be medical. It's pushing yourself that gets you where you are. At times I'm skeptical. So let's see what the future holds. I'm hoping it's unforgettable. I love to write, but it's a mental workout to deliver emotions that tend to be loud, fighting myself as I become a stranger filled with doubt, brewing poems that can one day endow. Sometimes I don't want to write because work is pushing me away. I need a paycheck in order for my problems to separate. If I don't, bills would flood and my thoughts would accelerate. So I use poetry so that my life can renovate. One day I'll have a desk in a house that I own. I will not worry about rent because I have a paid off loan. Life will be good and my actions will be condoned. And then I want to write because at that point, I've reached that milestone. Thank you.
Oh man, thank you, Daniel. Y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to this poet. We got all kind of love in the chat, man. All kind of comments. Go for your work just now. I wrote a few things. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me lean forward. I was saying you got a lot of love flowing in the chat. Couple of things that resonated with me is nothing is more dangerous than a man with patience. Life isn't slowing down. Stubborn as my determination. All powerful lines, all powerful lines. You got a lot of other love coming from other poets in here. Brilliant pieces, man, brilliant, and we all could
Thank
find a connection with it.
Appreciate it. Appreciate all the love and respect to all the poets that were performing before me.
Glad you
Show
made
some
it.
love, please. Yeah, pour into this poet. Give him some of that love. Let him know what he said, how it resonated with you.
Nemo, were you done? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Ocean.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to say it was fire. It was absolute fire from beginning to end. There were so many lines in there. I love the line because I love water too. I know it's some wind, water, nature.
Mhm.
So you said I'm underwater, but somehow I don't drown. Oh, and then you said that she was responsible for having my sadness right, or for making my sadness right. That it was just so many lines,
Mhm.
and I want to thank you for that fire. It was simply beautiful and amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. I
So
appreciate it.
Daniel, I just want to say that it's a lot of us that write from our spirit, and you are definitely one individual. We all write from our spirit, but you are definitely one of the most powerful writers speakers when you present it. I felt that all the way through, and I just want to let you know it can be exhausting writing and putting that emotion out, because we do speak and write from the spirit. But if you stop writing, you leave a mass of individuals incapable of not comprehending, and leaving them scared witless of reality without you. So keep writing, keep us intrigued in your life, in your world, as all of our worlds will collectively come together in the end. One love.
One love.
Oh, just beautiful. Gifted, did you want to say something, or did you say it already?
Oh no, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. It's just beautiful, beautiful work, brother. Thank you for sharing. If anybody got any more love that they would like to give to the poet, please put it in the chat. At this point, y'all open your hearts and your mics for Fine Bella. Am I saying your name right? Fine Bell?
Hi there. It's Finn Bell.
Finn Bell. Finn Bell. Okay, thank you for correcting me. All right.
Problem. Good evening,
Honored to
poets.
have you with us tonight, Queen.
It's an honor to be here. I'm so blessed to be amongst you. So this first poem doesn't exactly have a title. So it's called right now, Untitled Poem on the Deadly Sin of Wrath. But I'm told its aftertaste rather says spite instead. And this is roughly based on the 7 deadly sins of wrath or anger. When I gained courage, let go, I found myself alone, falling. No rewind to time. Regret wants to stick the forward button. I find the words no more, a reserve parachute incantation. I no longer take the fall so that you can remain aloft. I cease to be frightened, fledgling. Here, see, I am free and buoyant. You cease to hold the power to make me think I am at fault. I fear the bottom that may not exist beyond the endless dark. You cease to hold me in thrall. I will not take the leap and feel at fault. I'm still suspended in air, but no longer spiraling downward. I am growing this tenacity wingspan, seamless enmeshed musculature of yield and full stop, of compassionate grace and fearsome metal. These bones are birthed feeling light. Pin feathers and blood upon my shoulder, fast catching air, lifting me upward. No cheap wax, pretty lines and hubris to Icarus conceit my worth. No indignant huffing to drag me earthbound. Queen Nyx and Erebus look up from their ambrosia, unperturbed. Pat the extra seat they've kept warm, should I ever drop in. You cease to be the lips that intone the enchantment. I remove myself from your mouth. The smooth, round charm placed on your tongue, the illusion causing the martyr to slumber, to tumble inside her terrified dreams in endless shame. Thrice I repeat these words, the spell is undone. You are locked in your descent. 5th floor, 4th floor, subterranean foyer, destination Hadesville. Last stop, 9th circle of hell. Thrice I repeat these words, the spell is undone. I rise up and my feathers have become mythical. Thrice I repeat these words, the spell is undone. The silver flash trick of guilt plunges through the clouds, tangled, impotent, dead upon arrivary. So mote it be. So that's the first poem. The second poem is called Expiry. I am the miracle placed in the ancient fissured mason jar. I am put back on the shelf for later use, the just in case moments. I am malleability when I want to be, but become something even more than that, softer for others. I escape my confines and spill into you. Don't sop me up with an old dish rag. Don't put me back, please, to entomb in the comforting dust. Don't leave me to the rote of repetition and endless daydreams. Don't lay me in the pot evenly, a show of seemingly reverential motions because you had lost the sensation and memory of what to do. Do you believe the wiles of recipes when they tell you what is bitter and what is better whole? Do these concoctions break the mold, rise their own yeast and tickle your nose, where you pause, pretend, and then bury your whole face to take that long whiff, intoxicated? I am plagued inside my fat-laced heart that I am a displacement, a thing for other tables, other palates that seek and question. I know my place. I don't know my place. I don't know this way of being, the solve, but not the flavor. It is pride that will effervesce, but also truth. I am taunted by the stars who sit outside of the kitchen window at night, teasing me with the notion that they are close enough for me to touch. I know that they lie to me as a kindness. I stir on my place upon the counter and spoil my own lingering sweetness. I am damned by this desire to not be here, to not be of this place. The dreams take hold again, and I am a creature of flight with my own light to bear. I want to join each twinkling new sun, already carefully planning its death rites. I know I shouldn't dream beyond myself, but I want to laugh with them and break bread. Thank you.
Wow. Your imagery is like 20,000 levels deep. I mean, you paint a picture with words that is crystal clear. I mean, wow. Wow.
Thank you so much, Miss Kim. Truly appreciate it. Thank you.
They're beautiful pieces. I'm glad you were here.
Thank you, Nemo. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, thank you, Nemo, because that
Absolutely.
was absolutely mesmerizing. Like each word flowed into the next, and it was the visualization of the piece. You're right, Miss Kimby. That the imagery was just beautiful, and your voice is just amazing, compassionate, and mesmerizing. Thank you.
That fills my heart, Miss Gifted, especially coming from you. You have a gift, truly, and your voice is mesmerizing. So thank you. Much love.
Thank you.
Wits, you're muted.
Oh wow. That's funny. Thank you for correcting me. Again, I think everybody kind of said what I wanted to say. Your tone, your voice, your imagery was just amazing tonight. And I'm just honored to have you in here for the first time. How did you find out about us? Somebody
Thank you,
invite
Mr.
you?
Yes, Nemo's been consistently inviting me every week. I finally got Wednesday off, so I decided to stop by and see what y'all are about. And I'm enjoying it. I'm loving all the love and just the very intense, in-depth comments and support. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining. Thank you, Nemo, for inviting us. Definitely appreciate you. And anytime you can be here, we're here every Wednesday. All right. If anybody else got any love that they would like to give to the poet, please put it in the chat. We're bearing down on our last little bit. You all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to the amazing Mrwitzthepoet.
Prada. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I just got one for you tonight. I know we're running over. This is some new shit I've been working on. Catch me tomorrow on AJ's Live, 707, AJ Word Artist on IG. We have a very special show. We're going to, of course, be doing our Goodreads Thursday, but AJ is going to find out what his love language is. And so it's a very... Oh, Wiz, don't look at me like that. No, it's legit. It's a legit thing to find out. And yeah, because, anyways, it was a great conversation we were having today. So I'm excited to see AJ in the morning as well for our show there. This new piece is titled Morning After with the MOUR. And you know what? I'm going to turn off my camera because for some reason this Chromebook is kind of skipping a little or it's like lagging a little. So here we go. Morning After. I killed our baby today because they said they will always save the mother, and I couldn't leave you a widower yet. I killed our baby because the stone we thought was in my kidney turned out to be our love, overgrown to a place nothing could survive, a tubal pregnancy, misplaced our hopes of being parents, and there was just no other way. I had something called an embryo taken out of my body today. A thing you forced into my womb because I was only 16 years old and you were my coach. Because I finally told an adult this bleeding wouldn't stop, like my uterus was crying, trickle-down effect of dry eyes used to lying, and there was just no other way. I had a fetus removed from my body today. Because I can barely feed myself. Concrete is no place for a crib, trading favors and sins for survival. I killed our baby. Because valedictorians don't push strollers, must graduate, can't be a failure, a disappointment, broke, pregnant, unmarried, dropout, like they always said I would be. I terminated a pocket of fluid in my uterus today because you were just a lonely fuck, no way to contact you anyway. Too many mouths to feed already on the broken back of bills, 2 jobs, and blatant family shame. I ended my unwanted pregnancy today because I am just not ready, and this is my body and it is my choice, and shouldn't that be enough? I aborted your seed today. There's just no way I could allow your rage to stay in the safety of my womb. A reminder of how you robbed me of my freedom, corrupted my body and all my joyful dreams, since there was just no other way. Quick trip to the pharmacy. 1 small pill, 2 shaky hands, 1 sip of water, swallow, cough, breathe, relief, gratitude, grief, gratitude. Now just take a step, make a move, forward, now. I killed our baby today, so you wouldn't have to bury us both. Thank you.
Y'all open your mics and show some love. Wow, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I was proud of. Yeah, that one cut deep. That one cut deep. I'll share one of my experiences as a adolescent, not being man enough at the time. I got a young lady pregnant, and it was really a one night stand, and I should have been protecting us both. But I was young. Not that that's a good enough excuse, but it's my truth. And when she contacted me and told me she was pregnant, I literally ignored her for a couple of days. When I felt man enough to reach back and contact her back, I was too late, and she had an abortion. I don't know what could have been, you know, but I know how I felt after I heard it, and it wasn't like the freedom that you would think I was trying to chase after. I was hurt, I was torn apart, and I didn't really share that story or carry that, but it weighed on me. It had a lot of effect on my young self. So, you know, I understood that to a depth. Um, just thank you for sharing that. That was a hard piece to swallow. Anybody got any love, any comments that you want to give off of that?
Yes, I do. Apologies. I was kind of stepping in and out on the last two poets. So referring to um the poet that just went, who was actually speaking, I apologize. The poet
Oh, the last poet just now was Marissa Prada. Before
Marissa
her,
Prada.
is that who you talking about?
Finbell. I know Finbell was before her.
Okay, yeah,
Marissa Prada.
Marissa Prada.
Prada and some poetry. Poetry and some Prada. That's you, right?
That's
Yeah,
her.
from Instagram. That okay.
That's her.
I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. I apologize. Very, very, very deep, personal. As I've had an abortion myself twice. And so I can relate, I can acknowledge, and I can accept and release. And I love you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
You had some major lines in there. One of the ones that really resonated was, I lost it. Valedictorians don't push strollers. Wow. What a you know thought process that you can't be.
Concrete is no place for a crib. Like, I tried to think of all of it. Like, I don't know. We're fighting so damn hard as poets to reduce the shame, you know, and we're fighting so hard as women to make it okay. And I really don't hear a lot of women talking about this, and it's a big deal. I have my miscarriage piece that I read from time to time. I don't hear a lot of women talking about that, but when I do read my miscarriage piece, I inevitably have someone who messages me after, and it is so important to talk about these things that I felt I was really trying to represent so many different women who've had to make these choices, including myself, and you know how underrepresented and misrepresented a lot of this is, and not just for the women, but for the partners who are involved in this as well. And you know, now we don't have that choice in many places anymore. So how do you do justice for everyone? Like, how do you incorporate everyone's point of view, everyone's story, and make it okay and reduce the shame? And how do you put everyone into 3 minutes? I don't know. I hope I hope I did enough. I don't know. It's been eating away at me for like a week now. I've been tweaking this piece. I almost never work on pieces after I write them, and I keep going back and I keep moving things and changing things and fixing things because I feel like it's just so important. I feel like it's just not good enough, and I never feel that way about my poetry. I feel very indifferent about my poetry, but this is like so epic. I want to make sure the language that I use is adequate for the message.
You did it. You did it, Queen. And I wouldn't tell you to ever stop working on you. You know, continue to shine your light the best way you know how. But know that your trumpet was loud tonight, very loud and very necessary. As a male who has been on the other side of that, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know I can't carry a child, and you know, I can only play my part in creating one. And you know, again, like I said, just not being man enough at the time um, was painful for me on the back end. So I could never understand the level of hurt that a woman have to go through to actually go through the physical form of it. So I'm gracious for you. I appreciate you sharing that tonight. I believe that was our last raised hand tonight.
No, sir, I thought my hand was raised. It wasn't.
Okay.
I was going to say, where AJ?
I was about to say it was AJ.
I'm glad you said something because I didn't see you, but I'll definitely bring you to the platform. If you all have any love,
You should wish him a happy belated birthday, by the way.
AJ, did I just miss your birthday?
No, my mother called me yesterday on the 18th, right? Because she said, she called me, she said, I knew it wasn't your birthday once I thought about it, but my birthday is April 18th. But she said, since I was up, I'm just gonna call you anyway. So she called me anyway and we talked. But she told me she'll be 91 August 1st. She told me, she said, look, she said, I'll be waking up with the strangest dreams and ideas and all these movies playing in my head. She said, now I know where you got it from. And I'm like, what that supposed to mean? I'm saying how I'm supposed to feel about that. That you thought everything I said was strange, but now you don't.
We have so much fun on 707. You guys really should come through if you're not doing anything on IG. Come to AJ's page, AJ Word One. We have so much fun, AJ and me. Oh my God, we have so much fun. So anyways, happy belated birthday, AJ.
Yeah, oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow, that's just funny. That's hilarious. Okay. So y'all show some love for the poet, man. Open your hearts and your mics to my brother, the amazing AJ Houston.
Okay, so I'm reading two pieces. The first piece I'm reading, the title is Dental Records. It says, in my teens, my wisdom teeth found a way to gentrify my gum line. Screen manifest destiny pushed its way through and did not take no for an answer. How violent some growth can be. When pulling the teeth, the dentist broke part of my jawbone, destroying what was left behind. Blaming the other teeth standing like project buildings, claimed it was just a bad neighborhood. The tooth was never the problem. Sometimes I think my mother's was a wisdom tooth. The pain I felt when she took up space. I never noticed she was only trying to grow until God plucked her from the gums of my family's smile, placed her with a frown, teeth slowly shifting, moving into her absence, leaving gaps. My family's racing onto a memory to hold itself together. At night, I feel us grinding against each other, swallowing blood that tastes like pride, biting our tongues as if we would drool apologies down our chins. We would not be caught looking like an excuse. Blaming each other, standing around like cavities. Do not tell me we were just a bad set of dentures. The tooth was never the problem. Maybe if we had taken every brush with death, covered it in baking soda and mint, we could have kept the disease from destroying our mouths. What I mean is, it doesn't matter if your family is a set of teeth or trees, just that you water and care for the roots. And that is really not a poem of mine. That's a poem from the book of the great Shaka G, In Lieu of Flowers. I had to read that one. But I just wrote this next poem I'm reading. I just wrote this poem while I was writing it while I was in lab. And I started it here and I finished it. I had like a couple of lines, but I finished this poem right here while I'm listening to everybody's poem. I want to appreciate everybody for sharing their work, man. And I think, man, everybody's growing. I love the images that everybody's painting with. But the title of this poem is The Quest. And y'all let me know what y'all think. It's called The Quest. Ever ask a dreamer why he or she dreams? A daughter where she learned all that daughtering from? A son why being a mama's boy is the best way to grow? Ever ask a mother who she inherited all that magnificent mothering from? Got sleep as elusive as freedom, written in good penmanship on some of those old documents. Got sleep ain't caught up with yet. Keep wishes on standby, a lengthy list of hopes left over from the last batch of same last names burned, washed away, freeway, roped out of townships. Old souls who had not the luxury of hoping, as if hope could lead to free. Break a branch, snap a rope into, as if hope could swim across a giant body of water much further than these eyes can see. We need to add clauses, real additions, not just temporary amendments to the Constitution. Someone left more than enough space for a court of nine to sing a love supreme and voluntarily remove years of precedence as if it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Ever read the entire Constitution only to discover founding fathers forgot to pen a definition for we and people and domestic? Ever asked a star why sky? If it could choose day, would it sacrifice the glory of nights? Ask my tongue to reposition the wind, wrap itself around waves, redirect the frequencies of loud, force all the sounds escaping the opening in the center of my face to lessen their impact. Stop forcing ears to open hearts, leave them be. Hearts, I mean. The duty of the writer is to write. The poet's purpose is to poet. Whatever definition you've accidentally attached to either will have to suffice. I've watched how truth frightens those followers of foundationless speak. Unfortunately, echoes flowing from the lips and tongues, believing mountains share facts, have yet to realize how heavy truth can be, especially when you're willing to bear the burden alone. Echoes are reflections of past thoughts, words abandoned, tossed away by a person who knew they held no value. Ever ask a tree why paper? A pen why ink? You would discover purpose in inanimate objects if you search long enough. Ever ask yourself, not your outside self, not the you share with friends. Ask that you, the you that lives in the dark, the one you're afraid will reveal all of your wrong things to the right people. I must admit, there are me's I keep guarded in a secured, padded room, locked away for sanity's sake. Can't trust them around people. They're trilingual, always speaking too much truth when no one asked. I speak nigger. I speak nigger out loud, mostly to myself. Know how Black people from every continent can't handle history's fist holding tight, a tongue banging logic forcefully into their ear holes. Ever ask the dark why it looks like you? Why police fear skin the shade of night? Ever ask a man how it feels all abandoned, barely surviving in this society, damn near soulless in these American streets? Ain't easy holding onto storms, thunder, lightning, all that turbulence between these teeth and gums. Ever ask why breath showed up for you this morning, the same as it did yesterday and every morning before that? You ever ask God what you're supposed to do with breath and breathing? Keep begging heaven for instructions for replacement fingers and toes. These keep writing all the things I asked them not to. Feet just as disobedient. They're forever approaching people I really don't want to speak with. Have yet to trap enough pleasantries to entertain and not anger them with all this truth. You see now, do you understand how questions come when uninvited? Our sound be omnidirectional. Our quiet ain't got no place to live no more. Have you considered how disrespectful echoes are when you tried so hard not to listen the first time and the second? Ever ask a prayer where it goes when sound fades? When you unclaps your hands and let it go free? Maybe the things I truly seek ain't been sought before. This quest could be the only one that didn't burn in the fire, didn't die when they roped it to trees, refused to drown in the many floods, survived in all that dirty water. Maybe it's been left over for as long as it stopped asking to be heard, stopped wanting to be seen, got comfortable down there in purgatory. It must have witnessed too much death and pain. It knew the next man or woman would have to be crazy just to pursue it. Ever ask a prayer, did it meet other prayers when it got to wherever prayers go? When the sound fades, when tears drop, after the knees creak, when steady palms release each other from the burden of holding them captive. Ever ask a prayer what it found on arrival? Did it return with some answers? Ever ask an answer? Is there any more questions? Shit, I'm just curious.
Oh my goodness. Come on, AJ.
AJ
Ask
for
a
president.
prayer, did it meet other
AJ for
prayers when we
president.
got where prayers go?
AJ for president. You hear me? This is one president I will vote for, but only if he wears the muscle shirt at the inauguration, all right? I am niggerly speaking right now. Only if he wears that muscle shirt at the inauguration. You heard me. AJ for president. That's all I'm saying.
First of all,
I appreciate it.
where do you start? I mean, too many lines that were just golden. I mean, platinum. I mean,
And he just wrote it.
I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. That is like insanity on steroids when it meets infinity. That's, I mean, come on.
Damn.
Come on. Wow.
Coming from you, Kim B. Miller. That's fire. That's humbling.
That was no words.
Yeah, mind blowing, AJ, as always, man. Work on top of work, brother. Always appreciate your pen and your knowledge that you bring through your conversation, man.
Had to read that Shaka G first, man. I love me some Shaka G. I told Shaka G, baby, I'll fight for you. I'll fight somebody for you, Shaka G. I love me some you. Shaka G's the bomb to me, man. For real.
That's what's up. Shout out to Shaki G. She was in here for a little while. Oh, she's still here. She's still here. She's down there chilling in the cut tonight. She's still here.
Man, but I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening, man. I'm just trying to write some new things, man, new ideas, trying to find a new way to speak.
Yeah, amazing.
Wonderful piece, AJ. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Nemo.
I love this room. I love you all. Thank y'all for coming and sharing tonight. We're gonna move on to our last artist. Y'all got any more love for AJ? Please put it in the chat. And at this time, open your hearts and your mics for our final poet, my brother Sidekick.
Kickside.
Look,
Dude, AJ,
I was looking for it. What's up, brother?
It's good to see you, boss. Thank you so much for squeezing me in, man. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. And AJ, thank you for that piece. They were read like just like one bar or punchline after another. It was a really powerful piece. And yeah, the rhythm of it is like intense. Like there's no breaks. It was beautiful, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got two pieces I wanted to share with y'all. The first one's called The Devil's Dialogue. Lucifer is a hamster wheel. Who cares about progress when we are running as fast as we can? If idle hands are the devil's playground, then let me keep mine in the shape of a run. If the devil's in the details, then don't be confused why I use these words to paint a broad picture. Let me be candid about how I got backlit. It was tragic and a comedy. The before me and after stands 10 bronze toes down. I don't have enough clout to touch rainbows. Our contrast can't be overstated. He obliterated what I built up, and thank God for that. One man's exposure is the other's cover. Delicious, devilish delusions had me delirious. I've gorged myself on God's garden. You derelict children of dialogue, do not look too closely at Alice's tunnel vision of wonder. It is only wonderful for as long as you can keep up the cardboard walls. When they fall, they open into imagination, image instead in your mind's eye, a beautiful purity. I pray hell turns a deaf ear to you, and you sign language your prayer hands. Give your actions an amplifier. Apply alchemy equitably. Hope for equality. Gifts given liberty is the name of your story. I hope no conclusion is found in your connections. Spirit, be at home in your clothing. Take kind care of humans. Spirit, you are living in the human that you know best. Be gracious with the body you're in. You will give away whatever you are growing in your garden. When they dump their manure on you, don't fret, sweet soul. Just know that's how things grow. Compost is decaying shit. Earth is the dead old thing. But there is more life there than death. You humans are a banquet, the crescendo, rose of the planet. You are beautiful. Marvel at your body and self the way you do other people, or waterfalls, or anything you find noteworthy with no ego. You are not just worth a note. You are the song. Thank you. This other piece that I wanted to share with y'all is called Sidewalk. Have y'all heard the joke about the sidewalk? It's all over town. I see a world that feels like there is no way to describe. How do you explain red to someone who has never seen? Is sick of playing make-believe when the world is all dark. Love is concrete in my town and is all over the world. I'm helped up and held up more by you than any floor that I've ever cried curled on. Have touched and been touched by people more than the chairs cartooning my carpet cares. Do you know the name of an alligator in a vest? It's an investigator. I've tried to see this world ugly, paint nursery rhymes into nooses, catch a tiger by the toe. I placed cigarettes out in ashtrays of my Ford Ranger, remembering my grandfather and his brother who never came home. I'm a different kind of MIA, made in aggregation. I believe in fighting for beauty. My weapons aren't found in my hands, they're found in my hugs and on my knees. I've seen this world's death and the inevitable resurrection. I know people like mules who just will not quit. Michael Myers of grace and forgiveness. You can run, but you can't hide. You are going to get this, family. I'm your best friend, and I'll kick your ass and prove it. I am a hard-nosed, cold-blooded lover who is seeking you out. I don't trust stars. They just always seem like they're up to something. But y'all shine so bright, benevolent brotherhood of hope. I don't find a space, I live it. Every time I look in your eyes, this university starts with unity, ends in a worldwide city. This diversity has got my gratitude. The only gatekeeping is my arms wide open to all who have their arms wide open. Thank you guys.
Ooh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I didn't get to respond the first time. However, one line I do want to point out: delicious, devilish, deliver, had me paralyzed. I think that's what you said in the first poem. That line right there, man, took all your lines, take me away. You are deep. As Marissa said in the comments, if you can leave your social media information inside the platforms, I would love to indulge and come into your world. Seriously, you are truly a reflection of all of us. Thank you, Sidekick. Thank you.
Thank you, poet.
Sidekick, that first piece, the way you broke it down, just from the intro, all the way through, with the middle finger up to Lucifer. I just love the whole concept of embody the spirit that you are. That was a powerful piece, bro. Very, very powerful. First time, I don't know if that's a new write from you. It is.
Yeah.
I was fucking hellish, bro. I loved it. The second piece had a lot of humor in it, as you always bring us. So I was definitely cracking up over here. So I appreciate you, man. Never too late, man. To come in. I appreciate you coming in and sharing with us tonight. Powerful work as always, bro.
Thank you, Witz. It's great to see you, brother.
Always.
I love hearing your work. It's fantastic.
Dude, thank you, Nemo. It's inspiring being around you more, brother.
All right. So is that it? Is that it for tonight? Do we have another poet?
This was an amazing night. This was amazing. Sidekick, that was hot. Nobody caught that line about the stars always up to something. I like that.
Oh yeah. That's part of his humor. I caught it.
Yeah,
We had a couple of them drops in there.
it was a few, but that one caught me. So thank you. Much love. Much love.
And before we go, I just want to leave us all with one line. Hopefully I join every Wednesday, and I plan to leave every Wednesday with a line from a poet. One love to all poets. But this one right here is for all of us. It's not written by me. I won't say their name. I'll see if you can guess by the line. But here it is. Your soul gleams with the purity of your beautiful light. And remember that always, you guys, your soul gleams with the purity of your beautiful light. Okay, love.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that was very beautiful. I'm not sure where it came from, but it was a beautiful line. Thank you for
that was Whisper.
Hearing it. That was Whisper Poet. Okay. Whisper Poet, thank you for bringing that, Queen. Powerful, and we all embrace it and embody it. Yeah, we definitely ran the full length for 3 hours tonight. So I'm honored to have you all come through and share. We're gonna wrap it up at this point. What I would like to say is keep shining your light for the universe to see. You all have a duty that's been God-given. So don't ever shy from your voice nor your pen. Blessings to you all. Thank y'all for joining. Hopefully I'll see you all again next Wednesday.
Peace.
Wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
It's been a beautiful evening. It truly was.
Beautiful. Thank
Great being with you, poets.
Love. Yep.
Yeah.
One love, y'all.
Okay.
Thank you. Kim B, great seeing you.
Good talking to you too, baby.
Yes, Kim B, it was great seeing you, Queen. Even though you didn't share with us tonight, you was present and you rocked to the
Energy,
end.
yeah.
So your energy was definitely important and
Definitely felt, yeah.
and valued. Yes, indeed. Appreciate your presence.
Appreciate y'all.
Love you, Queen.
Love you too.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Danielle. Daniel was amazing too. Whisper Poet. Ah, you did that the last time and I can't figure out. Okay, wait. Ah, there it is. Dang, that's hot. I like it. That's hot. Thank you so much.
So big love, man. Thank you again, Sidekick, and everybody else who shared tonight.
Amazing.